night 7 of Hanukkah. You know, we light the candle each night, commemorating light versus darkness, light winning. You remember the 300 Maccabees against an entire Syrian Greek empire who came in Antiochus Epiphanes, the general. He kills a pig on our altar. And then you have the leader of the Maccabees. You have Matityahu, his son Judah the Maccabee, and they go and they say, we're not putting up with this. And by some miracle, we were even able to beat them. And then, of course, the tradition talks about 8 nights when we were under siege that the lamp burned. We're seeing right now a victory too, you know, and just that was in 164 BC. But even today, Psalms 3 really resonates. How many are these enemies that rise against me, David says, and trouble me, like the Houthis, like the Hamas, like the Islamic Jihad, like the Hezbollah. But he says, you're a shield for me, David says, and the lifter of my head, and you will hear me when I cry to you. You're going to sustain me when I wake and when I sleep. And he goes on and he says, you've smitten the enemy, and salvation belongs to you. And you saw the video online of this one amazing soldier from our unit. What a hero. The way he handled that situation when he was facing all these terrorists, he kept calm. He kept on the attack mode. He wasn't on the defense. He was trying to neutralize these terrorists, and he did successfully do that, even after getting blown up by a grenade. Now, this guy sleeps in the same tent as me, just down, a few beds over, and everyone's so amazed at his precision and his professional manner. But there's also sad things happening. He'll be okay, but there's about 350 terrorists have been killed in Sajaiya. The military, we believe, about 350 terrorists have been killed in Sajaiya, and we believe that we'll have most of Sajaiya cleared by the weekend of terrorists. But last night was such a tragic night. You know, we lost like 10 officers and soldiers last night in the northern Gaza Strip over in Jabalia. At first, there was 4 IDF soldiers that were cut off, lost comms with the rest of the troops, and suddenly you have a bunch of Golani Brigade jump in to rescue them. And we had no idea in Jabalia what was going on. Our troops had no idea. Golani had no idea, and they said, what's going on with these 4 soldiers? Are they alive? Are they wounded? Are they being pulled into a tunnel like some of the hostages? Are they going to be used as part of a negotiation? What is going on? And so what happens is they approach, and there's fighting on 3 different directions into this courtyard, and there was a house that was booby-trapped, and rockets and missiles. Long story short, we lost 10 of these soldiers as they were trying to rescue another. In the process of attempting the rescue, 3 different groups of soldiers were ambushed, 5 of whom were also killed. These are the heaviest losses that we've sustained in one night in the entire war thus far. Also, at the same time, Israel's opened up an investigation into the toxic gas used by the Hamas to kill soldiers in the Nahal Oz army base. What an interesting moment that was, as Hassan Bitmez, a member of parliament in Turkey, when he goes up and says Israel will not escape the wrath of Allah, talking about the war against Hamas, and then suddenly he has a heart attack or he collapses. It just goes to show you, watch how you treat Israel. This holiday of miracles, this festival of lights, we're all thinking about light shining in the darkness, and even how Israel's called to be a light to the nations, and even how each of us, with the light of Messiah, are supposed to be a light to the world. Each of us are supposed to shine forth. And right now, as 500,000 Israelis are waiting for a biggest Hanukkah miracle to happen, and that's for them to be able to return home. You know, about 500,000 Israelis have left their homes, both on the northern border and on the southern border, and it's just amazing to be able to help them in this time. But we got to pray that they'll be able to go back home, and hopefully by the beginning of the next Gregorian year. And I just want to thank you for being able to stand in the gap and helping us help them and shining a light to them in this time. It's so awesome. So as many Israelis have lost homes, jobs, and loved ones, once this war is over, they're going to have to reintegrate into life and be recuperated, and they're going to have to go through a lot of this trauma that they're carrying. But right now, during the holiday, all I can think about is another barbecue. Every barbecue that we've done has just been so amazing for all these soldiers, and now even my own unit was able to get a barbecue. It was so much fun. But then tomorrow we're planning on doing another huge one for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of soldiers, just to bring a smile to their face right now. So if you want to help us with that, well, do that quick, and we are going to be able to get even more goodies and food just to bless them in this time. Keep standing in the gap, keep shining the light, keep praying for Israel, keep being blessed as you bless. God bless you. Happy Hanukkah.